very warm morning to our respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, my dear colleagues, and students gathered here. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this one-day capacity building program on consultancy, innovation, and value creation. I, Hema Prabha, Assistant Professor, Department of MCA, will be your host for today's program. Today, we have all come together to get a better understanding on consultancy and get inspired from our guest speaker. Let us begin this beautiful morning and fruitful day with gratitude, motivation, and a song. Please give a warm welcome to Ms. Anusha Rao and Ms. Chandana, first-year MCA students, to lead our invocation.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः निःशेषजाड्यापः निःशेषजाड्यापः.
Thank you, Anusha and Chandana. That was indeed a melodious rendition. Today's event embark and reflect our institution's commitment to fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, and experiential learning. It's time to witness the journey, achievements, and vision of Surana educational institutions through a special video presentation.
Established in the year 1995 by the passionate visionary, industrialist and entrepreneur Shri Thevarchand Surana, our institution has laid down an iron foundation in the educational sector. Our founder held the philosophy of service to mankind close to his heart, making it the doctrine for every student who steps through our doors and enrolls in our institution. The primary pillar of this string of institutes was built in Bangalore.
Scintillating, salient, salutary,
undivided,
unique,
unbeatable.
responsible,
revolutionary,
radiant,
ambitious,
awaiting,
nifty,
noble,
imbecile,
absolute, authentic.
Start with a dream, finish with a future. Come, experience the transformation.
I now request Dr. Anita, Dr. Balaji, and Dr. Vanishri to escort our guest Dr. Abdul Manaf to the dais and take the seats respectively. To set the tone for today's proceedings, I would like to invite Dr. Vanishri MR, Dean, Research and Development, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, all set. Yeah, Monday morning, 29th June 2026. To understand how the industry is evolving. So, it gives me an immense pleasure and to extend a warm and hearty welcome to all the people we here, including the distinguished chief guest today, academicians, researchers, faculty members, industry representative who will be joining at the earliest, scholars and my dear students who have gathered for a one-day capacity building program on a roadmap for consulting, innovation and value creation. Very important. On behalf of management, principal, directors, research and development cell, IQSC, IIC, and all the organizing committee members of Surana College Autonomous, it gives me a very immense pleasure to be a part of this particular event and also welcome all of you. Before I proceed, I would like to take Dr. Archana ma'am's one clue. Whenever she starts any program, she ensures that she will have a short story. So I would do the duty of Dr. Archana ma'am. A professor once walked in to his classroom carrying a simple pencil. He asked his students, "What is the value of this pencil?" The students replied, "A few rupees." The professor then explained that while the pencil itself had a little monetary value, the ideas, the design, research, innovation, teamwork who have worked behind this could have created worth $1 million and changed lot lives of students and the professionals. The real value, he said, lies not in the tool just, but how we use our knowledge and creativity in this dynamic world. This simple story reminds us today that every institution, the researchers, the faculty members, the students, other stakeholders possess a lot of immense potential. The challenge is to transform this knowledge into innovation, innovation into solution, and solution into a meaningful value for the society at large. In today's rapid economic, knowledge-driven economy, higher education institutions are expected to be beyond traditional teaching, research, and conventional method of delivering the lectures. We have to get into the industries, get into innovations, consulting, entrepreneurship, and take a risk in life for societal development for ourselves. The ability to transform these ideas into impactful solutions and create value through research, expertise in domains, and become very critical component for excel and institutional growth wherever we are working. I'm sure this program has been thoughtfully designed to provide strategic roadmap for faculty members, researchers, students, and the innovators to understand the immense potential of consulting services, innovation ecosystem, intellectual property creations, industry collaboration, ventures and startups, and sustainable value generations. We believe that the insights shared today will empower participants, each one of us here in this hall, to bridge the gap between the academic knowledge, practical application, and thereby enhance both the individuals and the institutional impacts. We are especially privileged to have amidst the esteemed chief guest and the distinguished resource person, Dr. Abdul Manaf, chairman of First Holding Management, serial entrepreneur, investor, innovation strategist, and the startup ecosystem enabler with an extensive experience in the business development. Sir keeps on reminding us or telling us that his mentors were two of the eminent personalities. Unfortunately, we couldn't meet him, and he were the mentors, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Dr. Ratan Tata, sir, who were his mentors. I'm sure because of them, today we can see the amount of changes he's bringing into the Indian industries and also across the world. Sir is honored. We are honored to have you, your presence, and grateful for your willingness to share your expertise for almost a day long. So he would spend a lot of time with all of us today. After this session also, you can have interaction with him. So next, I would also extend my sincere gratitude and warm welcome to the second speaker who will be joining us at the earliest, Dr. Meera Uday ma'am. She's the principal of Surana College, Pina. I would also express my deep felt appreciation to Dr. Anita Nallasivam madam, Director, Department of MBA and Research Center. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Balaji sir, Director, Department of MCA and MBA Accredited Program. Dr. Sudarshan sir, who will be joining us at the earliest, Head, Department of MCA Psychology, for their unwavering support and guidance and commitment towards fostering a culture of research, innovation, and academic excellence in this campus. I also extend my sincere appreciation to all the participants and the participants from the outside institutions who have joined this program. And I'm sure these discussions and deliberations which we are going to have it up will have a lot of meaningful understanding of what is value creation is all about and why do we have to think about it at today's point of time. So as we embark today's journey, let us all learn, collaborate, and let us remember that great institutions are not built merely by resources, but by ideas, innovations, and willingness to create value for each others. So once again, I welcome all of you and wish you a highly productive and engaging and successful learning experience. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I take this opportunity to welcome you. It's your initiative and vision that has made this event a reality. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for her. To elevate the spirit of this event, I would like to invite Dr. Anita Nallasivam, Director, Department of MBA and Research Center, to deliver the inaugural address to guide us into the future.
Good morning, everyone. Surana Educational Institution, management, directors, student, faculty, we thank you so much for accepting our invite, sir. Tell me who is your friend. I will tell you who you are. It's a well-known quote. We all know. I understood Dr. Abdul Manaf from his mentor. I understood you, sir. What's your value system? What's your culture? Who you are through your mentors, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Sri Ratan Tata. It's a privilege for us to interact with you as well. When you spend much time with Dr. APJ and Ratan Tata, it's a privilege for us to talk to you. Maybe you may be representing his vision to us as well as the faculty. So everybody, the teachers and students will have question in mind, why are we here today? Why are we here? What is the purpose? Why teachers? Why students? Yes. I will answer all your questions today. Today's session is a fantastic platform for everyone to understand. You know the title is Consultancy, Innovation and Value Creation. What is the role of teachers as well as students? In terms of higher education, especially MBA academicians, they possess knowledge, skill, but are we really leveraging this skill and expertise for value creation or generating revenue? Are we really generating value or creating value to the industry is a big challenge and question mark. Some point we have a thought that the academician, they are stopping themselves within the classroom. That is one thought we have, but the knowledge should not be closed inside the classroom. This has to be transformed into value creation to industry. How we have to transform our knowledge and expertise into revenue generation process. Then what is the role of the student here? Students can very well join with the faculty, do a kind of project, do a kind of come out with the creative thoughts. You have fantastic ideas with you. Are we able to convert our ideation into commercialization is a big challenge. So we have the person here today, Dr. Abdul Manaf. He is the chairman of First Holdings. He may be in a position to tell us what is consultancy, what are all the skill sets required, what are all the various domains the consultancy opportunities are emerging, how as a teacher can utilize the opportunity, how the student can utilize the opportunity for future growth. So with this note of context setting, I would like to take the session forward. Over to Abdul sir. Thank you so much once again, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. It is now my proud privilege to brief about our esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Abdul Manaf. It's just a brief introduction. His profile actually ran into 2-3 pages, but I have cut short and concised into a paragraph. Apologies if I have missed anything, sir. A globally acclaimed entrepreneur, visionary investor, and transformational leader, Dr. Abdul Manaf has made remarkable contributions across the fields of aviation, finance, technology, healthcare, and sustainable development. As the chairperson and strategic investor of several prestigious international organizations, he has led initiatives overseeing a combined asset value exceeding 100 billion US dollars. Prestigious entities like First Holdings, International UK, Dicon Pharma, AG, Santos, Skyline Aviation, and many more. His inspiring leadership, unwavering commitment to ethical investments, and passion for nurturing startups and young entrepreneurs have earned him worldwide recognition, including membership in the prestigious Forbes Business Council. His influence also extends to being Royal Ambassador of Sultanate of Sulu and Sabah. Sir, your journey of turning bold ideas into impactful realities is truly inspiring to every aspiring entrepreneur gathered here today. Your presence at Surana College is an honor and a source of great motivation for our students and faculty alike. On behalf of the management, principal, faculty members, and students of Surana College, I extend our sincere gratitude and a very warm welcome to you, sir. I request everyone on the dais to honor and welcome Dr. Abdul Manaf with a token of appreciation. May I request everyone to join with a warm round of applause? The podium is yours, Dr. Abdul Manaf.
That's fine. Be told these days, so might take some time. But good to see something which is different, which I always advocate for. There is a 60-40 representation over here. So what is 60-40 now? Anybody? What is the 60-40 representation here? Nobody want to say anything. Don't worry, I'm one among you actually. I'm no different person in fact. Because of my mentors and my teachers, I stand over here, and I'm ever grateful for them, including my parents. If I'm today, it's just because of them. I was just reading the message from my lower primary school teacher, which he seldom sends to me. Every day, without a mistake, 4:45 in the morning, my lower primary school teacher sends me a message saying, "Good morning, son." How many of you are getting it? You know why you are not getting it? Because you are not sending it. The 60-40 which I mentioned is 60% are girls. And I also represent, or I also head an organization or organizations for empowering women. So I would love to see you people over here. No less importance for the boys actually, because I belongs to you. But still, I want to see the smile much more louder. When he started, Dr. Vani, I call her fondly as Vani, in fact. Dr. Vani doesn't comes to me. She's like that, actually. The whole thing happened for today is just because of her. The way she have pushed me and pulled me to this program. I only know that one. So I fondly call her as Vani, in fact. So when he started with the story, I will also start with the story. But before the story, I want to see two of you who have done the prayers over here. Are you in the audience? They're behind the stage? No, they should come in front of the stage actually. Where are you girls? Are you here? Please. Because I can't start without that. I don't want to run a conventional session, because I know you guys in your team won't like. Come in front. There's a complaint about you. Seriously. Come join us. Well, you guys can sit, no problem. So knowledge is your gift, value is your responsibility, and legacy is the story the world will tell about you, how you use the both. So good morning, everyone. It's going to be good afternoon very soon. Distinguished faculties, I don't see much of faculties actually, but anyways, I should say that one. And respected research scholars, you're all MBA students? All of you? By the way, I also have done an MBA in marketing. I'm sure the industry professionals would be coming soon, so it's a privilege to be with you today. Not just as a speaker, but as a fellow learner, because I learn every day. An investor and a partner in your journey from knowledge to value. Today we are here to discuss whether education matters. The debate is over. The real question is, how much value are we creating from the knowledge we already have? Because the future does not belong to those who know the most. The future belongs to those who create the most value out of what you know. I'm sure Dr. Vani have started with a story of a pencil. But still, the actual story behind the pencil you have not said to them. So this is what happens with the faculties actually. They don't tell everything to the students. Tell them everything they need to know. Do you use pen in your nursery? No, you use pencil. The more grade you are, you start writing with pen. Why? Thank you so much. That's what it is. So now you are interested with pen. So you have to make value out of that knowledge which you have already got. While you were using pencils, you can rewrite, right? So that's not going to happen anymore. So that's the story which I have completed for Dr. Vani. Well, in terms of faculties over here, how many faculties are here? Can I have? Oh, quite a lot. That's good. So I should be afraid now. All right. Out of which, how many are from their department, MBA department, actually? If I ask questions about your faculties, would you be able to tell me who they are? They're faculty, right? They take so and so subject. Do you know anything about them other than that? Most of the faculties have done your PhDs. Few of them. Do you know what is their achievements? Have you read their dissertations actually? Anyone now have gone through their publications? No. Why are you here? It's better to have an online education rather than coming to a college, right? So the first thing before we start or innovate anything over here is to know who's teaching you and why is or why she is teaching you. That is the first thing which you need to know. Unless you don't know what they have, you will not be able to ask what you want. Right? So, quite some time back, I had met with a professor, a very distinguished professor from a very leading college or university in India. Fortunately, she have built a low-cost AI-driven screening tool. And I had seen her around the world actually publishing the papers. She's quite regular in these forums actually. So one day I had a chance, like what I used to have with Dr. Vani. So I just asked her, like, how many lives you have touched? So she paused for a moment and she said, like, hardly few hundred. Who was my test cases? See, the problem is not about her tool. The problem is about our system. All right. I'm quite sure most of your faculties are here as faculties because of their immense knowledge. But unfortunately, I'll tell you, none of them are using it. It's a complaint to the faculties. And in front of the students, I'm telling you, these faculties are good for you, but not good for themselves. If they were good for themselves, all these faculties would have done something extraordinary. I was quite happy when I was talking to Madam Anita in the morning when I came. I hardly got 5 minutes, but I knew what her intentions were actually. But then it's time to prove the intentions. Now, if your students doesn't know you, then you are not knowing your students. I call it as verbal diarrhea, which happens on a podium when you faculties go into the classes and teaches them. The time has gone. We are not in lower primary and upper primary or in high school where we teach from the textbooks. I know the biggest complaint what Dr. Anita also have said, like we don't have time, right? But we have time. We have time to mold them. We have time to create them. So this is what I said. If I'm standing over here, it's just because of those mentors and teachers of mine who pushed me to this level. Well, as I said, this is the system failure. We have built the campuses where invisible geniuses walk past. And that's what exactly I said when I say that, this much number of faculties are here. I know how genius you people are, and I should be afraid of what I'm talking to you guys. Because I'm sure you have those things in you, but you have never used the way which I have used. So I'm inviting you to use that one. I want challenges to happen. As a chairman of First Holding and Star Partners, quite few organizations, being a member of esteemed Forbes Business Council, I see this pattern everywhere. It's not about Surana College. It's not about the faculties over here. I have seen it in Boston. I have seen it in Bangalore. I have seen it in London, Singapore, or Cambridge or Coimbatore also. The world is not short of knowledge. The world is starving for value creation. That's what exactly Dr. Anita was saying. We are not creating the value out of the knowledge what we are having. And sure, this is why I'm here with you today at Surana College. Probably I might be able to create a little value. Don't get bored. And it's not going to be a lecture. I want all of you to be very honest actually today. Can you all stand up? Not the faculties. Show me your hands. Have you kept anything on the seat? 75% of people here gathered are not supposed to be here inside. You should go out of this place and sit and chit chat. You know why? You're not serious. I could see very few has got a pen and paper in their hand. Have you come for a cinema? No. You came here to learn something. So then why? Are you not supposed to take up notes of the things what has been said over here? Do you want me to do like what your faculties does, like, giving you those presentations and sending it to the WhatsApp group? Like, I'll create all these talks, what I am going to give you. I'll create a PDF file and send it to you. This is what you want? I'm not going to give you that. So better go get your pen and paper. If you don't have it, we'll ask the college to give you. It's chargeable, not free. Because it's your mistake, right? Get it? I need you guys to have pen and paper in your hand. Sorry, this is out of schedule. Huh? Yeah, please.
You just asked us to challenge the faculties.
I'm here.
Saying that, that you had an extra edge and you use that and you are what you are today. And we are not using it. What is that one trait you are meaning?
I'm sorry, I will not answer you unless you identify yourself, who you are, what you are. Yeah, please.
Geeta.
No, sit.
Yeah.
Sit.
I thought I'll stand.
No. Sit. No, it's okay.
So I'm Geeta. I'm an assistant professor.
Okay.
Teaching computer science.
No. All right. So what's your question?
The question is like, there is now we are feeling that teachers are feeling cold
Hmm.
in the class.
Hmm.
The reason is because of the Gen Z approach,
Hmm.
because they know that there's a better lecture than what I deliver in the class,
Hmm.
which they can watch at 2 speed or 3 speed. So, and then if not for the knowledge, the motivation is damn less. And then the first thing when I address anything is, ma'am, is it in the syllabus?
Hmm.
Because outside the syllabus, we don't want.
Okay.
So, and then you are telling that,
The simple question to ask yourself is why that question is coming to you. Right? Now you need to find that answer yourself, why that is happening. I'll tell you what it is. Gen Z, whatever they call, right? If you are imparting only the knowledge to them, then they would ask what is the syllabus, whether it is in the syllabus or not. When you create the value of that education and tell them that this is not just the degree, I'm creating your future. You will not find this future in the YouTube videos which you see 2x, 3x, or 5x. Right? Now, that interaction level has to be in that way that the kids should feel that, yeah, though she looks old, she is also Gen Z, she talks our language. What's the language? Is what they want to be. Now, rather than giving that lecture on the syllabus, which is mandatory, which we have to do, there is no other go. But to make it more attractive to them is this, that tell them where they wanted to be. And I'm there to make you reach there. When you start doing that one, they would start following you. Otherwise, this question will always remain. And trust me, that old teacher student is not there. Right? Which I hate. I don't like it at all. But unfortunately, that is what is today. So there has to be a lot of cultural and moral things which has to go to the students first. Orientation makes a lot of difference in a college. So it has to start from there, from the day one. Before you get into the class, get them while they are enrolled into your college, because this is going to be a different place for them. They just finished their, let's say, 12th or PU and coming into a wider space. But we have to culturally and morally ground them first to make them understand. I have not done anything great in this world. Trust me. All what I have done is that I have observed. I make moments lighter because I know that is what they want. Being a psychologist, that is the biggest thing. So now what you need to do is that you have got a department of psychology actually. It's a great place. Sit with them. Understand how to deliver that. Because normally when you get in, that's the thought which comes to them, is that, we don't need to be here. Whatever is there in the syllabus, which is available online. So then you don't deliver that. Deliver something different. Deliver something where they get connected with you. Look at their future, what they want to be, and support them in that. Then they will come back to your academics actually. That's the best way of doing, and that is the only way of doing it. Otherwise, there has to be a major cultural shift which has to happen, which I think will take time. Anyway, one of our institution is coming, which is the dream of my mentor, which is nothing but Gurukul. We are bringing back, unfortunately, what is our problem is that 1800s, we changed our education system into British education system, right? It's roughly 1870s we have done that. The British have done that. Unfortunately, the British doesn't follow the BES. They don't do it. They have changed. But we still follow the British education system. That's where the differences are there. But I believe, that's it. There's quite a few more things which I'll definitely tell you, not over here while we sit. Because I believe, anything and everything have not to be spoken in public, especially when it comes to faculties, and so that's what it is. Good exercise. You guys really wanted to go out, right? I know, because I could hear the murmur actually, like, oh good, we had been waiting here, we had been sitting here, at least we were able to go out. Good, because I used to do the same. Well, I need few of your faculties to be a volunteer, because I just want the numbers, what is going to happen with the poll actually. So, all are here? Good. So, let's do a simple poll. I mean, even the faculties can be a part of this one. I'll ask one question and I want you to respond. Just raise your hands so that I get the numbers. And who's going to be volunteering? Vinny, you will do it? You can take one more if you want. Yeah, okay, good. See, that's called initiative. So, this is also for the faculties actually. What does your work primarily live today? What does your work primarily live today? So you can note down the question. I'll give you the answers also. So this is very relevant to the faculties also. See, if there was any students from MCA, I would have said, you have got one of the best faculty over here. Not you, sir. It's her. MCA is everything about computers actually, and she's not having a notepad. She's having her computers. I love that. All right. So, where does your work primarily live today? Option A is mostly in papers, theses, or internal reports. Option B, in some funded projects or collaboration with industries or government or community. Option C is in patents, pilot projects, startups, advisory work. Or the last one, I'm still trying to figure out. So, who goes with option A? Okay. I can't see that far. I know who you are. We met earlier, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, option B. Option C. Can you stand up? Introduce yourself.
Hello, sir. My name is Jyotsna. I'm doing my MBA first year. So I've chosen this because I couldn't tell the whole option. Firstly, I just heard pilots, patents, and startup. So as I heard pilots, I thought there's something related to defense. So that is why.
That was not the case anyway, but that's okay. No problem. So you have to be attentive. This is what it says. Nothing wrong. Have a seat. So option D. There is no other option. There is only option D now. All of you? You're still trying to figure out? So, for the gentleman behind, today is your turning point, right? Because your work is mostly in the papers and theses and on the internal reports. But many of you, or few of you actually, have said B and C. So that's going to be very crucial for Surana College ecosystem actually. Quite few of you only, I think 2 or 3. But then, as it is option D, the major, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you're just MBA students. So today is a good day to begin. Let's begin something. And I was not expecting anything miraculous actually to happen, that you guys would say A, B, and C. No. I was not intending for the students to say that one. That was for the faculties, in fact. So D is perfectly fine, right? Nobody's perfect in this world. We need to start somewhere, right? So it's a good day to start. Shall we? I didn't hear. Yes, sir. I didn't. Yes, sir. Though I always voice out for girls, it doesn't mean that the boys should not shout out. Can you guys keep quiet and let the boys say something? Shall we? See, just imagine you are in the bus stop. How do you speak? Huh? In those tea shops which you have, how do you speak? So have that voice, no? Are you inferior to the girls? See, again, there is no noise. Such a wonderful college you have, huh? Normally we say that, keep the boys away because that's going to be messy. Here, such a wonderful boys you have, ma'am. Lovely to see that. Anyway, so let's get back to our disruption, actually. That is one of the points which we need to discuss today. Let us step back and understand the disruption we are living. Not just as a buzzword, but as an investor grade reality. I always speak on behalf of the investors, in fact, because that's my fraternity. Have you heard about Industry 3.0 and Industry 4.0? Heard about it?
Yes.
What was it all about?
The revolution from steam to AI.
It was automation, digitization, and efficiency, where machines replaced human. Data started to flow through. That's why MCAs come into prominence, in fact, right? But the next evolution is going to be Industry 5.0. The so-called Gen Zs. This is for you. Industry 5.0 is human-centric. It has to be sustainable and it has to be resilient also. It asks a deep question. How do we integrate advanced technologies, AI, robotics, digital twins, quantum computing, cybersecurity, climate tech, FinTech, with meaningful human work and planetary boundaries? Let me give you 3 examples of disruption at 3 different levels, probably global, national, and even a local level actually. Global example, I would give up MIT or Stanford. Heard about MIT? All right. MIT is not longer a campus. It's a global innovation engine. Its ecosystems has given birth to thousands of companies in AI, biotech, health tech, clean energy, and beyond. Companies whose cumulative profits runs or revenues runs into trillions of dollars, and whose innovations have shaped our entire industries, because we always calculate MIT up over there, in fact. When you talk about Stanford, it's the same thing. It's heart of the Silicon Valley. The lines between the classroom, lab, and startups are intentionally blurred. So you don't really see the difference between the classroom, lab, and startup in Stanford. A student can be a researcher in the morning, founder in the afternoon, and collaborator with an industry in the evening. And that's what Stanford gives you. It means you have all those three qualities in you. It is how you divide your time, how you devote your time for that one. I'm sure what you devote your time now is pretty understandable to everyone. How do you devote your time? Getting up in the morning, take your mobile, see how many messages was there, right? Go through few reels. Your parents would be preparing the food. Have it. While having it, you have the mobile in your hand. You come to the class, attend the lectures over here. Lunchtime, have it. Bunk the class. That also happens. Movies, chit chats, go back. 3 year, 4 year, you have a degree, and that's it. Trust me, don't waste your time. If that is the case, I'll request the management. You pay the complete fee, take the certificate. Because that's all what you want, right? How many of you want to be an entrepreneur? That's it? Good. So what's your intention to be? I want to know whether I'm wasting my time or not. What do you want to be? Do you know why I'm standing over here? It's just because of Dr. Vani. Just one word of her. I don't know what, but I wanted to be. If that enthusiasm is not there in you, if you feel having an MBA is just having a degree so that you can work in a bank or in a financial institution or in a marketing, whichever your major is actually. So if that is the intention, then trust me, you're wasting your time. You're wasting the resources of your parents. And moreover, you're wasting yourself. If all of you are thinking that having just a job is all what you want, there are a lot of skills which is available, which you can learn and get a job very easily. And by the way, MBAs are not preferred these days anymore. I get normal bank employees with an MBA. I get marketing executives who runs this real estate marketing companies having MBA. So why should you do this? Quite shocked. Anyway, I think by end of our session or end of this session, probably we might have some change. And then the next session, we will have something much more fruitful. Anyway, coming back to the national example, IIT Madras created one of India's most successful bridges between academia and industry. When faculty, students, and startups and corporates share the same physical and intellectual space, value creation accelerates. Deep tech startups in mobility, manufacturing, energy, and climate emerge from this proximity. You all have a UPA app in your mobile. So that's the example for local sector. So India's UPI revolution and the digital public infrastructure which we have created did not emerge from thin air. Much before UPI, I started working on something which you proudly carry today, your Aadhaar card. So I had been one of the pioneer who started working not for Aadhaar, but that was something meant for Africa. I started somewhere in 1999. India have never thought about Aadhaar at that time. So Nandan have taken it up later, and later on he became the chairman for Aadhaar. But much before that, 1999, I had a group of wonderful MCAs with me. I still remember his name. There was Mr. Iyer actually, who came exclusively for me from US and worked on that particular project. But somehow, due to the political disruptions which has happened in Africa, it didn't go through. India took it up, and we are today where we have seen that cultural shift, in fact, as far as our digital space is concerned. So the academics who chose to engage with policy and technology became part of one of the world's most transformative fintech service, which is the UPI. So disruption is not just technology. Disruption is when knowledge, technology, capital, and policy align to create new value at a scale. I want to ask you something. In your discipline, because you're all MBA, whether it is management, science, humanities, commerce, or technology or social work, what is the most significant disruption you are seeing coming between now and 2035? In your discipline, that is basically the management, what is the significant disruption you see that it is going to come? Any answers? Hold on. We'll come back to that when we design your deceptive wise or discipline wise consultancy map. As a climate capitalist and a legacy investor, I do not look at emerging technologies as an isolated gadget. I look at them as building blocks of future economies. Let's map a few domains relevant to Surana College journey. Artificial intelligence? Do we have?
Yes.
Generative AI? Agentic AI? AI automates analysis and prediction. Generative AI creates content, simulations, and design at scale. Agentic AI acts within the defined goals, orchestrating workflow. So now the MBA students would be thinking that, where do we have to have it? If you don't have it, then you are not in the market. Colleges like Surana stands something really big, because you are not just being taught MBA, you have facilities over here which you are not utilizing. MBA students have ever walked in to see one of the faculties in MCA? You won't do that, because you say that it's not my subject, why should I learn? Being a psychologist, I can right away point out at least 10 different things which you're doing, which you are not supposed to do. You are supposed to do, according to the parents, certain things which you are not doing, and you are doing something extra which they don't want you to do. So if you can do that one, why can't you follow that one in your education? So one of the faculties over here was saying that you guys are Gen Zs. What does it make? I'm not a Gen Z, but if you are looking to be employed, I need to employ you. I will not come to your line. You need to come to my line. I want you to create value. I don't want you to bring your degree. I don't want to see that. Tell me you have failed in MBA, but sir, I would be able to do this one. This is what I'm going to change. I'll happily employ you. That doesn't mean that you should fail. What I was trying to tell you is that you have to come out of that shackles, that a degree will serve everything. Take out this Gen Z thing out of your mind. Trust me, it is politics. It is disruptive. It's spoiling you. Bring back your culture, bring back your values. Your degree will value more than what the weightage it have if you change your mindset. Now coming back to customer value, value is created when technology meets a changing customer reality. Whether your customer is a student, as far as faculty is concerned, trust me, these days it has to be considered in that way that the students are your customers. You're going to sell them something. You're going to give them something. So unless you don't value what you're selling, the customer is not going to buy that. So when your customer is a student, a hospital, a district administration, an MSME, a multinational or a community, value creation brings or begins with understanding the value change. Let me give you a simple but powerful framework you can apply in any discipline. You want to write down? Step 1 is to observe the customer value change. Ask, what is changing in what our customers or stakeholders value? For example, learners like you now value flexibility, personalization, and outcomes, not just degrees. But unfortunately, you guys, all of you, just want degrees actually. That's what I have seen. In a hospital, the patients value preventions, access, dignity, not just treatments. That's why you see the healthcare industry have started thinking something else called wellness. It's no more the healthcare you want. You don't want to be ill. You want to be well. That's why the wellness industries is booming up. Corporates value ESG aligned growth, not just short-term profits. Government values data-driven, inclusive policy, not just announcements. But unfortunately, every government is just doing announcements, nothing else which is happening. Step 2 is identify the frictions and the failures. Like what my mentor have always said, fail. And what is fail?
A stepping stone to success.
Yeah. But good. Those all answers are good. But something to get into your mind, this is what my mentor have said. Fail is nothing but the first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. So you fail. No issues. Nobody is perfect in this world. Right? How many times you would have recited your poems while you were in the schools, actually? To by heart that one so that you can write it down? You had failed several times. You never walked on the day one, right? So that's all what it is. So you need to identify the frictions and the failures. Where are the current systems failing to deliver these new values? What are the bottlenecks? What are the blind spaces? And the step 3 is design solutions and technology and insights. Bring your research, emerging technologies, and domain knowledge together. Design interventions, products, platforms, policies that remove frictions and deliver the new value. So, this is what you need to design. Then align the capital and the capability. That is the step 4. So, no solution scales without capital and capability. That you also know. You would not have been in Surana if your parents would not have been able to afford the fees over here, right? So the capital is required. And again, it was not just the capital. Surana would not have given you admissions if you were not capable, actually, right? So your degree marks had carried that value. So investors like me would always think like whom I should fund, what I should implement, and sustain this solution. This is what is called as the customer value change analysis, actually, which you need to do. Unless you don't ask this question to yourself, find answers to these questions around you, you won't be able to create that customer value change at all. The customers doesn't buy technology. Do you buy technology? You guys have iPhone, Samsungs, Androids, right? You didn't buy Android. You bought the outcome of Android. What is the outcome of Android? Is the Vivo phone or the Samsung or any of those companies, which I don't want to promote anyway. I do have a company myself, so that's why I'm not promoting it. So, to the faculties over here, in your context at Surana College, this is a question to you, all of you, the faculties. What outcome are your students truly buying when they choose this institution? Why did they choose Surana? Ma'am, the faculties should say that. No. I want the faculties to answer this one. Students, I have got something else for them.
The value adds what we offer.
Okay.
Along with the academics, what else? What is that extra thing that they get? That's what comes first.
Good. You're associated with a lot of industry partners, right? So what do they seek when they engage with your research and consultancy? Dr. Vani, keep your phone down. What do they expect? You're heading research, right? Yeah.
They would expect more of a skill,
Huh.
collaborations, and outspoken. And also learn how to say no, when to say no, and the purpose. This industry doesn't have that much of time, so the clear-cut points, they can mention it out. It need not be perfect, but at least that outspoken.
Basically, they are looking at problem solvers.
Not even problem.
problem solvers.
Hmm.
What is that coming in your mind? If I can add that, like, what is that I can bring a change?
See, the industry, as what has been said, they are looking for change, all right? There is no doubt. The industry know that they have got a lot of problems, right? Why are we depending on the colleges? As an investor, I'm telling you, why am I depending on you? I want you to solve the problem. You know why? I'm a very mean person. Because if you solve the problem, my cost is 100, 1 out of 100. But if I solve the same problem in my industry, I pay 100. So you got a chance to prove to the industry that, hey, we are here to solve your problems. We are thinking extra. We are not to think what you're doing now. We are trying to think ahead of you that what you need to implement after 2 years. So start working on that. That's how the industry is going to be with you, aligned with you. Otherwise, why should an industry come to you? Right? So these answers should sit at the heart of your innovation and consultancy strategy. So the university and industry engagement roadmap, which obviously this is something which Dr. Anida would be happy to see, and obviously to the faculties also. Now let's make this real for Surana College. I'm happy to see that your institution already have a research and development cell. I think with seed grants, right? Funded projects and IPR support. Do you have an IPR team? Okay. What is IPR? Wow. So you got sound. So you would answer the things which you want to, right? Good. So that is a strong backbone. So that's where you need to understand there are 1,000 colleges in the market, but they don't have something what Surana is having. That is visionary, right? So that makes the difference why you need to be in Surana, and that's why you are in Surana. But none of you are utilizing that one. Why I'm saying that they are not utilizing is that I don't see any entrepreneurs over here. So, ma'am, I think what you need to, start thinking is that you should have an incubation center over here, right? And a center of excellence where the faculties are going to be not only just mentors, but also the partners. So I'll come back to the faculties at a later stage, actually, what you guys need to do. Now, the question is, how do we move from ad hoc engagement with industry to a structured roadmap? The first thing which comes to my mind is always awareness, right? Industry must know who you are, not who your students are. Students comes at a later stage. Tell me how many industries knows you faculties? Any industries around here knows about you? No? Why? No time? What about you? Both of you. Do any industries knows about you? No. Answer, na? The kids have been much more smarter actually. Huh? No. Ma'am? Few. So, the first thing what Surana College has to do is that showcase your faculties. Right? This is what exactly the point which I wanted to point out, but I don't want to disrupt at that time while your video was running, where every advertisement of this college, every video which has been made out of this college talks about how many ranked students have come out of Surana. Have you ever mentioned how many theses have been prepared by your faculties from here? Do you have a library over here? How many of the PhD theses of your faculties is being printed and kept over there? How many of the students have gone there and find out that, okay, this is my professor and he or she have written something I need to go through? First of all, you have not kept over there. You can't blame the kids for that one. So you need to showcase your faculties. You need to tell the world. I was very disappointed, to be very honest. And my office have written a nasty email to Dr. Vani, which was really a shock for her. And I'm revealing it. I have nothing to hide on that. The reason why, because me taking this much time, it's not a great thing. By the way, every Saturday and Sunday, I'm free for any startup ideas. Any startups around the globe can contact me free of cost on Saturdays and Sundays. Otherwise, 1 hour of my consultancy is $200,000. It's $2 lakh. You need to pay that to my UK or to my Hong Kong office to get me for 1 hour. That's an international standard which I have maintained since last 20 years. But Saturdays and Sundays, if you have a startup idea, if you have a scale-up idea, you're free to talk to me. And I dedicate my entire time for that one. The only person who knows little more about me is Dr. Vani. And she would have come for meeting me and talking to me for half an hour, and she will not stop for 2 hours. And I had spent that time. The reason why, because I really treasure those things, because this is something which I can give it to you. Unfortunately, what has happened is that after I accepting to come over here to see you, to speak to you, Surana College have made a poster and posted it on the LinkedIn. None from the faculties have looked into it. I did a post from my office. The whole world came behind that, but none from your college. None from your college. See, you guys are MBA students, right? It's not a time for you guys. I'm not saying that you should not do it. The Facebooks or the other social medias, whichever you are in, what are the other ones? Insta, right? It's okay. But then you're here to build a career. How many of you have got a LinkedIn profile? Wow. It's mandate. And despite of being mandatory that everybody should have LinkedIn, and Surana College post itself was not even looked or liked by your students. Why? I write on LinkedIn. That is the only platform I write. Okay, I keep writing. The post for Surana College, yesterday, all of a sudden, Sunday, right? Dr. Vani had sent me a message saying that Saga University, Dayanand Saga University's Pro Vice Chancellor has commended on my post. Are you people beyond him? There is another reply on that post which was done by one of the disciples of APJ Abdul Kalam, and also India's premier most fusion scientist, Professor Prabhat Ranjan. He's also a vice chancellor for a university in Pune. He commented on that. But none from Surana College have ever taken that time to at least like those posts. I specifically asked, if you have a question, please send it to me. It never happened. I have told Dr. Vani that make sure that if there is a question, do raise it to me. Never came, not even from the faculties. So if the head is not straight, then how could I complain about the tail? So that's what is happening. So the awareness has to be created. The access has to be given, right? So how could you give access? Now, do you know one thing? I'm sure, you know, a lot of students over here comes from different walks of life. Your parents or your relatives are accomplished and all those things. How many of you been able to directly speak to an ambassador of a country, a diplomat? Any of you? No? Say yes or no? No? How come you say that? You're speaking to one. You're hearing one. So that's the access what Surana has given you. So access is very important, right? So what Surana has or had been doing, creating a visible gateway, a consultancy and innovation desk. I don't know whether you have it or not, but I believe under your R&D, you should create a consultancy and innovation desk which has to be manned or which has to be also supported by the faculties, in fact. That should respond quickly. It's not that, you send an email, you send a message and you never get a reply for that one. So, the response has to be quick. And, there has to be a simple intake form, right? For those access kind of things, actually. And for the problems as well as for the project briefs. You should create an intake form in that particular desk which you are creating. The other thing which you need to do is collaborations. You need to collaborate. You begin with your pilot projects, actually. Collaborate with industry, or you can do joint projects. Internships have to be taken seriously. You know what internships happens these days is that it is just a formality now, right? Without an internship certificate, you will not get your final degree. Are you benefiting out of internship? I don't think so. 95% those internships are not being fruitful. I advocated and I had been behind the central government, and which got implemented now, that the internships are paid now by the central government. You should really look into those things also. I mean, your faculties and this particular desk has to look into those things. Also, the capstone projects or advisory assignments, that also should be looked into. Also start doing something called co-creation with the industry. So, the industry and the academic design solutions together can co-create. You have got a wonderful lab, which I believe, which is here. So create that lab as a center of excellence and start creating those joint ventures. The other thing which I always think is about co-ownership also. It's not just co-creating. Sometimes what happens is that there are some other smarter people around us actually. So, start co-owning those things actually. So you should move into shared IP or equity in startups. This is exactly what I wanted to tell the faculties actually. When we talk about faculties has got a lot of other things also to look in. It's not just academic because you're also running a family. So less time. This is what the complaints from the faculties, which I have heard everywhere in the world. The reason I asked why that is happening. So I got an answer because there is no value being created mentoring someone. Do you think that I was foolishly spending my Saturdays and Sundays for startups? I don't advertise. I'm not a person to be on those platforms, in fact, to advertise myself. But these Saturdays and Sundays gets me the best of the market, the best of the knowledge. They comes, they discuss. I pick up those startups, I fund them, I take them to the next level. So I get it almost on a zero cost. But then I invest into those projects. This is what exactly the faculties can do by creating this long-term strategic partnership with your students. The students have got hundreds of ideas. All what you need to do is that just give them, that scientific things behind it, your knowledge behind it. Beyond that one, it's basically your experience in this world, because obviously you are at least 2 times of their age. So you have got a lot of experience in this market. So this is what you can give it to them and co-create with them. Don't just mentor them and just leave out. And in fact, I will definitely discuss with the college authorities also that you should have this incubation center and center of excellence and all those things. And Surana should not just fund it. Surana should co-own that one. So I have seen several universities has got a place for the startups to work. Now the startups has got a problem because funding is always an issue, right? College is funding, I can understand. But that is towards the research actually. What about the existence of those startups? So that's where you need to create a space for them to start working, co-own with the college, with the faculties. And trust me, this is going to go into a different level altogether. So strong universities just not deliver talent to the industry, they co-create the future of the industry. So that's what the universities are meant to.
So can we know that what kind of the ideas you are mentoring at present so that students understand the
Yes, that will definitely come on the next this one. But anything into tech, deep tech, anything into ESG, anything into healthcare, anything into hospitality. These are the areas where I'm definitely mentoring and also investing in a huge level. Deep tech, yes, there is, because as you have got an MCA department, I'm just telling you that we are working on quantum computing actually as of now. So we don't have a quantum computing facility, or we have never been able to be part of quantum computing. We only can buy. I don't know how many of you know, the backbone of quantum computing is an Indian. He is under house arrest by US. And unfortunately, he is from Karnataka. He has got family, he has got wife and a son. All three of them have never been back to India. Either father or mother have to be there in US. So that's the situation with quantum computing. But anyway, we are working on that one. So for the next 2-3 minutes, I just wanted you to identify, just write it down, because I need these things coming back to me, because as of all of you are on LinkedIn, I want all of you to be connected with me. Nothing by force if you wish to, otherwise it's up to you. No problem. I would be able to spend more time for the right people if you don't want. But if you want, then you can write back to me. Identify one existing or potential industry partner for your department. One existing or a potential industry partner for your department. Also write down one specific problem you think you can help them to solve, that industry can solve. And for both faculties and the students, the first concrete step Surana College can take in the next 90 days to begin that conversation. What Surana College can do. Both the faculties and the students can write. So write it down. You come back to me later. You will have better answers, better thoughts on that one. And we can discuss and debate. And trust me, I don't judge anybody. Right? So feel free to write. Now let's move to something which is very practical. Consultancy. That's what here all about. So consultancy is not a distraction from your academic work, whether it is teaching or whether it is learning, right? It should not be a distraction, and it is not a distraction at all. If consultancy done with integrity, it's one of the most powerful way to move knowledge into action, right? So let me offer you a discipline-wise lens. You can customize it at a later stage, but then as it is a management and MBA, so I'd go with you by saying that you could do strategy consulting for MSMEs. You know what is MSME, right? On what you can do. So one of the best thing which you can do now is digital transformation, right? Strategy consultancy on digital transformation and industry 5.0 readiness. So I think your first year MBA, all of you, it's a great time to start working on that one. Do it collectively. I don't want everyone to do it separately also, but then you can collectively do it. The other discipline or other area which you can work at being a management and management student actually is ESG and sustainability consultancy. So I'm giving you a broader picture, what you can do. And I'm sure there would be hundreds of things which you have in your mind. You have got brighter and sharper mind than what I have. It's all because of your age. I have passed this one. I've got a lot of other things to think. So you have got a brighter mind. Then the other area where you can think about is innovation labs for business model design. This is an area where you can work with your MCA department, your computer application department. Create something for business model designs, right? Now for you, your students are not here, so you can take down. This is for your, computer science department, in fact. AI and data strategy consulting for organizations. Cybersecurity audits. Privacy by design framework. Digital twin simulations for manufacturing as well as for logistics. And logistic is going to be a big game as far as the digital twin simulations are concerned.
Healthcare also.
Yep. Yes. But logistic is going to play a big role for another 2 to 3 years. Big time. Nobody from psychology here? No. Huh?
You can tell sir, we'll share it.
No, when they don't want to learn, why should we? Huh?
Yeah, it can get interesting.
Oh, wow. Very good. Ma'am, you have got right faculties over here. Huh? So, for psychology, learning design and assessment consulting, which you can do for schools, you can do for edtech companies. Doing. Good.
Schools, they have schools, public,
Hmm?
traffic police, we have course.
No, I don't want to mention the other disciplines. Actually, there is a lot of things which I can say, at least like another 100 consulting ways to do it. But as those disciplines are not here, I don't think we need to spend time on that one, because every discipline has got a consulting frontier. Every discipline, whatever you think, it has got a consulting discipline. Sorry to the faculties over here, but to the students actually, because I'm at your age, um, you do consult a lot, right? To your friends. What all do you consult? I know your faculties are over here, you don't want to answer. They have also come up with that one. What are the consultancy which you do? From the school days, you had been doing the same thing. Hey, is that boy good? Consultancy, right? This is where you started consultancy actually. Now come to business. Forget about those things now. So it's about the business, right? So every discipline has a consulting frontier. The question is whether we choose to cross it or not, whether we want to do it or not. So I think there is a long way to go on that one.
So do we have to look at the sector-wise or discipline-wise? What you said was discipline-wise, but
No, see, no, I mean, I said it as discipline wise actually, but that doesn't mean that you should go according to the discipline, in fact. It's up to you. Because how many books you read? Is it only pertaining to the subject which you want, or you want to increase your knowledge? Right? So it's the same thing. As long as you're passionate, right? Any discipline is fine. So that's the problem which happens over here, is that all those things were happening over here. I could see that the other departments haven't come over. The reason is that because this is not for us. Knowledge is for everyone. it's not discipline wise. It's not department wise actually. So there should have been more, which I believe. But I think probably down the line they would also start thinking about it, because consultancy is there for them also. Psychology should have been here. I don't know which other departments which you have, ma'am. Yeah. So MBA, MCA is here. Psychology would have been here. In fact, the rest of the Surana also could have been here actually, right? Because it was beneficial for them too. But there is a way, because when you look at Surana at large, it's your responsibility. Impart those knowledge which you have, right? And if they want to take it, let them take it. Otherwise, it's their fate. So we leave it at that. So,
Sir, if I have to look up from the management perspective, FinTech is something which I could see a lot of potential. Could throw a light on what other consulting which we probably look up.
yeah, that's what exactly I said. As far as management is concerned, see, anything which is tech can be taken up by the management, right? Whether it is FinTech, MedTech, I mean, everything is combining tech into it now, right? So the climate tech is really going high, which is the need of our, right? We are fighting for job, we are fighting for a lot of things. Now the fight is going to happen for water. Why can't we think about water consultancy? Do you think that it is a small thing? Do you know something about water? So there is something called an Ubuntu theory. Have you heard about it? On water? There's a Japanese scientist who have found that. You can browse, you will know about it, and I have also an article on that. Ubuntu theory is nothing but your parents have told you while having your food in a dining table, you should not speak something bad. You should not talk. You know why that was?
Water has memory.
Exactly. Water has got memory. What you speak, that is what has been absorbed by the water. So if you speak negative, if you fight on a dining table, it captures that memory, and what you're drinking is basically a poison. So for the believers over here on the Sanatan Dharma, on the Hindu mythology, you know why the tirtha in a temple is sacred? Because in that sanctum sanctorum, which is the Garbhagudi, which we call it in Kannada, only positive things happens. Only positive vibes happens over there. That's why the tirtha is important. Otherwise, every water is the same. But there, that is the difference. So before you have a glass of water, keep the water, pray for some time. Your prayer will be effective and the water is going to be effective for you. So that is something beyond our subject. Now, humanities and social science, you can have this policy research and advisories for the local government, which MBA students can do. What are the majors which you have in MBA here?
HR, finance, marketing, analytics, and technology.
HR?
Finance,
Okay.
marketing,
Okay.
analytics,
Okay.
and technology.
Two of the subjects I have got a PhD, marketing and finance. Third one I'm doing currently, which is HR. I'm doing my third PhD now. Entrepreneurship, anyway, I'm there. So I have covered almost all your subject. Good to know that. Nice subjects. So under humanities, you can do behavioral insights also for public campaigns. this is the difference which you can create. I mean, this is the consultancy which you can provide. People have proven, the politicians have proven that one, that, uh, this environmental hazards which happens, especially on the election time, can be shortened or can be negated, in fact. So we can bring that behavioral insights to the people, actually, by doing this public campaigns and stuffs like that. You could, as you have got a science department, actually, then applied research in consulting, in materials, energy, environment, and health can be looked after them. Then you can also think about something which is lab to market, which doesn't happen. The consultancy is not there in that particular field. The labs are there, but labs to market is not happening. So that is something which, as you have got a lab which is already there, that I think that is going to be beautiful. So Dr. Vani had asked me that, I need to think about micro consulting, right? Now let's move from reflection to action. We'll do an activity. Choose one real world problem from any one of these domains, actually. Right? I'm going to tell you the domain: AI and analytics, climate and circular economy, FinTech and financial inclusion, smart manufacturing and MSME competitiveness, healthcare and well-being, education and future skills. You missed some part, I'll give it to you later. So now you can pick, this is an exercise which can be done at later stage, but then you need to pick one of the subject, and then I need you to do few steps. I'll mention 4 steps, actually. Step 1, in one of these areas, one of these things which I have mentioned, you can pick any one of that, or you can find a new one. I'm not adamant on what you need to do. So the first step is that define the problem in one sentence. Identify what is Surana College's expertise in that subject. For the students, you can say that identify what is your faculty's expertise in that one. Step 3 is to define the outcome. And step 4 is to define what should be the next step. So this task is for everyone who's present over here, and I cannot entrust anybody else other than Dr. Anita to take charge of this one, and I need to see this. So look at the number of faculties also. This much people have to come to you, a digital format, so that it is easy for you and me to work on that one and to transmit also. So everyone has to submit. Otherwise, you know what you need to do. So that is up to you, right? But let's have something productive which is going to happen for this day. I really don't want my time to go waste. And trust me, every single person will be answered. I will. You have a question? You? No. Don't be afraid. If you have, you can shoot. No issues at all. All right. So, how many days, ma'am? How many days we should give them? What do you think? 3 days is enough? So, today is Monday, end of the week. Friday? Right. Curate everything and get me next week. No issues. But this number has to be there. Right? So you know what the question is. And then I will definitely coordinate with the research department so that these ideas can be, yes. So we can definitely work it through. So my next visit, we will have something fruitful, right? I'm taking this as a challenge that those hands which has not been up when I asked that how many of you want to be an entrepreneur, I'll make sure at least like 3 or 4 of you would become an entrepreneur. Till that, I'm not going to leave you guys. I'll make sure that. And trust me, I have that capacity to do it. And I don't just joke on that. You guys have got a bright future, but unfortunately, you are not having that thinking mind to do that one because your thoughts are shattered in different areas, which we need to bring it back. So, what else we need to cover? Future skills? Yes. See, let me answer her first. Venture capital. So, for sure, you would not have asked this question to me if you would have gone through my LinkedIn. The reason why, because I hate VCs. I don't like venture capitalists at all. I have my own reasons for it. I'm a legacy investor. You need to understand what is a VC. I have nothing against them. There are wonderful guys who are doing good, and there are a lot of unicorns who have come out of this VCs, in fact. It's basically the VCs are the parents of the pre-teens. Make it more clear? They enforce a lot of things on you. What a VC require is an X growth and an exit in 2 to 3 years. So there is a pressure on a founder. As far as business is concerned, there is a pressure on the founder to perform. So at that time, your productivity level goes really down because of that pressure which you're carrying, because you know that this VC is going to create an issue. So here comes people like me who calls themselves as legacy investor or a patient capital. So we grow with you. We are there for you. We let you to do what you are good at. And finance is not your problem. It's mine. I invest into projects not looking at the numbers. The only condition about me investing into any projects anywhere in this world is simply one thing, is that scalable? I don't have time for small things. But we all know that we have to start from small. I am okay with that one, provided it is scalable. So I would suggest the VC funding, when you look at VC funding, there is no harm in that one. I'm not saying anything bad about them in that sense. But then you should align yourself, or you should make sure to communicate right from the beginning in writing. Trust me, don't do it verbally, in writing. With all those VCs, what are your parameters actually? Unless you don't define that one, you are ending up in a big trouble as far as VCs are concerned. Because do you think VC spends their own money? Generally, 90% of the VCs have got collective funds, in fact. They are fund managers. They doesn't own. Otherwise, you guys watch Shark Tank? Please don't. That's why you're not getting into entrepreneurship actually. It demoralizes you. You know the guys who are sitting over there who have got unicorns on their name, who comes to judge you? The same guy who have got a unicorn is floating a new venture and looking for funds. What's it? It is somebody who says that this, what do you call, motivational speakers, right? Again, I hate them. Only few of them. Why I hate them is that they said that, sir, I have got recurring clients. The motivational speaker says that I have a recurring client. Then you are not good at your job. Because if you have motivated somebody, then he should or she should be doing by herself or himself. He should not come back to you. So Zerodha or companies like that who have got unicorns under their name, they are floating another company and looking for funds from the public. If you have a unicorn, then why you didn't fund from public then? Because they don't want to play with their own money. So with those people you want to go and do your business, it's a dream. An entrepreneur is nothing but it's a dream which you're weaving, in fact. You've seen this old, grandmas used to stitch those sweaters, in fact, right? That's how a business has been built. And that's what you need to do. So let's talk about future skills. The next decade is just about new technologies. It is about new capabilities. When I sit with investors like me, or who are the so-called investors or the boards or the founders across geographies, actually, one conversation always happens. What skill matters most by 2035? I'm sorry. Unless it is not important, it will not ring. Okay, so what the skill matters in 2035? Let me offer a pragmatic view in 3 clusters. Can I take this call? My OK office just got open, so there was something to be logged in. I'm also an international trader. I trade on bankables actually, so we have a platform to be on by this time, so that's the reason. Anyway, so let me offer a pragmatic view in 3 clusters. Technical and analytical skills. In that one, it could be data literacy, AI fluency, system thinking, cybersecurity awareness, climate and sustainability literacy. I'm basically talking about larger skill sets actually. Under human and related skill cluster. It could be empathy and cultural intelligence, collaborative problem solving, communication, something which is good, ethical reasoning in AI, finance, or governance. Under strategic and entrepreneurial skills, opportunity sensing, that seeing partners before they become the mainstreams, actually by identifying uh, the opportunity. Experimentations and rapid prototyping, value storytelling, which I believe your faculties have been really good actually storytelling. I don't know, you mentioned about somebody. So, it all started from her, right? Ah, okay, good. You know, huh?
My management trustee normally have this, like, whenever she stands on the podium or stage, she starts with a small story and it's very impactful.
I mean,
I'm a fan for all of this.
that's why the new CM of Tamil Nadu also have come into picture. ஒரு குட்டி கதை சொல்லட்டுமா? He came into picture with that only. By the way, don't worry. I mean, I speak quite a lot of languages actually. So I know some eyebrows went up saying that, Tamil? Right? So in 2035, the degrees will open doors for you definitely. But the skills what you have will decide whether you will be in that room or not. The degrees will make you to get a call, an interview call. But when you go inside, your skills are going to decide whether you would be able to be in that room or not. So make sure it's not just the degree which you need to have. You need to have your skill set up. Just think beyond, which I always say is that think out of the box. Ask yourself, which future skill am I ready or strong in, and which one will I intentionally build over the next 12 months? You want to ask yourself? Write down. Go home. I always say this one to everyone is that meditate before you ask a question. Sit quiet. Whichever God you pray to them, and then ask this question to yourself: which future skill am I ready or am I already strong in, and which one will I intentionally build over the next 12 months? Trust me, this is not a theoretical question. This will define your career, in fact, from now. Something for you. She's busy. No, finish it. Doctor, when he was asking like how much time can I take, I said the whole day is for you. Because when I do something, I do it dedicatedly. Otherwise, I don't do it. Don't do anything for namesake unless it changes somebody. It changes the life of someone, changes the thoughts of someone. That's all what you need to do. So, AI in action. So, few practical campus demonstrations. One of the best way to move AI from abstract fear to practical partnership is to demonstrate it. Live, simple, and honest. So take AI as a co-pilot for literature reviews, which I love. Right? AI for data cleaning and pattern detections. That's something which the faculties can really do, because these days these guys are very smart actually. You know all those assignments from where it comes, right? You know how to do that, right? Chat GPTs and all those things. And they themselves have said how to make it human also. But unfortunately, there is now something else which we can detect is the pattern. Because the AI was built by us. So we know, right? So AI assisted scenario plannings. And AI and ethics. And agentic AI for workflow orchestration. And everybody is saying that AI will replace everything. AI is not here to replace thoughtful academics, actually. It is here to embrace lazy thinking. That's all what it is all about. So, according to you, this is another question which I just wanted to ask, which I need answers also. Which one of the following demonstrations the Surana faculties and students implement within the next 30 or 60 days? Make a note of it and we'll use it in our action plan. So I'd been talking about students. The faculties were like, fuming there inside. Why there is nothing about faculties, in fact. No, it is there. So the roadmap from an expert to an ecosystem leader, that's exactly what a faculty could do. I'm talking to you directly now. The faculties always think that your course delivery is actually just like Swiggy, Zomato. You're delivering the course. That's what every faculty is thinking. But you're a potential consultant. You're a founder. You're an advisor. You're an ecosystem architect. You know why? Because people like you have molded me, have created me. And trust me, you could do the same thing. But you should have that belief in you that you are also a consultant, a founder, an advisor. I'll give you a few steps to think on road to what you could become. First and foremost, clarify your thesis, actually, your value thesis. Let your students know one clear statement about yourself, about your value. Design one consulting or advisory offering for your students or for the industry. And don't keep it to yourself. Send it to them, circulate it to them that you are here to design or you are here to ready to do consulting or an advisory offering on something, a subject. maybe, you put up all those expertise into one place and say that, okay, this is the area where I'm ready, and let them know, let the industry know. Build your academic personal brand. Do you all know what your faculties have done as far as their educations are concerned? Students, do you know? So, if you call a religious cleric, means like a pujari or a mullah, or a padri, in fact, or a father for a sermon, actually, won't you try to know that what he had been doing in the past? Would he be able to do that? Similarly, you should know what your faculties have. What are the qualities which they have? What are the educational background? What are they best at? So that you can go and ask the questions which is required. It might not be necessary that it has to be from your department. You have got questions on other departments actually, but you should know in your university, in your college, in your campus, you have a faculty and what are their qualities. You should know that. Now, how many of the faculties are engaged with R&D? Surana R&D? All of them? Have any of the faculties have converted their ideas into a seed grant proposals? Consulting pilots? Co-created projects with industries? How many of you are mentoring students and scholar teams? All? Have you been able to turn those ideas into projects? Okay. So that is one area which you can work at. The other step is protect and share the IP with the students. File patterns and design fair revenue sharing mechanisms actually. So as I always say is that professor is not only a keeper of knowledge, a professor can be an architect of economies actually. So that's what the professors does. Everything which has been created had been taught by someone. I think it's time for me to wind up this one. There is definitely a roadmap for entrepreneurs actually. A practical roadmap from an investor perspective actually, for entrepreneurship in fact, which I don't really want to touch, but I'm forced because that is a subject which was there actually to be discussed, because here the students doesn't want to hear that one. So but anyway, anchor your venture into real problems. Don't venture into something which you're doing it for the sake of doing. So find the real problem. This is what, as an investor, that's what I would be looking at, from an entrepreneur, actually from a founder, is that, anchor your ventures with which has got real problem solving stuffs. Design for regenerative value. I would be looking at that one. And I would tell the entrepreneurs to look for smart capitals, as what we have discussed about the VCs. In fact, look for smart capitals, those who understand what is the pain point of a business, those who understand how a business can be carried out without those kind of pressures which comes into the daily life.
The afternoon session is taken by Dr. Meera Uday. A brief introduction about her. She has 27 plus years of distinguished experience in industry, academia, research, and institutional leadership. Currently working as principal of Surana College, Kengeri Campus. She's been instrumental in achieving the 11th rank in the week Best B School survey and securing the Times of India Best B School nomination in the year 2026 for institutional excellence. She has guided numerous PhD scholars and MBA research projects, 36 plus research publications, including ABDC and Scopus Index journals, and the recipient of the Best Paper Award. She's been successfully secured research grants, including 50 lakh from AICTE and funding from KSCT for biofuel and waste management project. She has received multiple awards for excellence in education, women empowerment, leadership, and social service from organizations including Rotary International, HAL Management Academy, Axis Bank, and others. She is a recipient of a Government of India copyright for doctoral research related to the automobile industry and a Six Sigma Green Belt certification. She holds a leadership positions as President, Karnataka State WICCI Women Industry Chamber of Commerce, Emotional Wellness Sector, and President, Rotary Club of Vidyapita for the academic year 23-24, actively contributing to professional and community development. It's a big honor for us to have Dr. Meera Uday with us. With a big round of applause, I would like to invite Dr. Meera Uday to the podium.
Very good afternoon. I believe students are more here than faculty members. So this is a different stage where both the stakeholders, faculty and students, are present. So it makes my session more challenging because whatever I wanted to address the students is different. Whatever I wanted to address the faculty is different. Now you have given me a challenge how to address both. Let me take this challenge, and that is number one challenge. Number two is after lunch. Okay. I hope today morning you had a great session because the person himself is great, and I just talked to him now. Now I am a simple person. I hope everybody is simple here. Are you with me? Yes. Good afternoon, Surana. I'm not getting that voice. Good afternoon. Had your lunch on what? No. I am better than you. I am 50-year-old. Are you 20-year-old? 22. So you should shout. Okay, good afternoon once again. Okay, thank you. At least some expectations are met. Now, since morning, I believe that a session was being conducted for doing consultancy and all those things. Am I right? So you got a lot of knowledge and gyan? Say yes or no. Okay. Yeah. These are the topics given to me by Vani Madam. How to develop effective consultancy proposal, and what are the deliverables, pricing model, and client engagement. Now, if I talk big things, you may not understand. Okay? You are from MBA? All the students? Which year? First year. Specifically, first or second semester? Just stepped into second semester? Oh my God. You're just a fresher. You want to do consultancy. Are you right? Are you able to do consultancy? No. First of all, you should know what is correct. So I'll come straight to your point. Now you forget all those things. Next slide, please. Yeah. I think the magnification of a photo. Can you see the difference? What is that? Pressure on Focus. So what's happening in the first part? Pressure. What is happening? Which animal is that? Horse. So horse is undergoing pressure, is it? For what? For what? To win the race. A horse is undergoing pressure. Okay. Why it is undergoing pressure? Because the horse is looking at audience. So in the second part of it, horse is looking at. Exactly, very right. So it is looking at the track. So similarly, in our life, what we should look at? Track. Track is more important. That means direction is more important. Am I right? What direction we are moving? How do we get this direction? Now you don't say me Google, GPS. I know I have kids like you, older than you. I know your language, everything, Gen Z. Okay, who will give you direction? Simple question. Who will give you direction in your life? Please speak out louder. Simple question. Who will give you direction in your life? Suppose I want to do something. I'll ask whom? Mentors. Okay, very good answer. Mentors means your teachers, your parents, seniors, right? That is all about consultancy. Simple. Okay, let us move forward. Now, I have a video because I know students like videos, reels, wagera, not big things. Okay, I'll teach you through videos. Problem, left problem, up and down problem. Okay, for a consultant, let me not go directly into consultancy. I'll tell you what is consultancy later. So let us all assume you are all studying a BA course. So you have come here for a purpose. Am I right? So what is that purpose? Initially he mentioned that everybody wants to make money. I think nobody would say no to money. Yes, big house, that's what he mentioned. You have a dream, you have taken up MBA course in a prestigious institution to pursue your masters, and then you want to have a good career, good job, dream house, dream vacation, and whatnot. Okay, the list goes on and on. Now what happens here is, if you want to get a job in MNC, I think that is everybody's dream. So why do they have to pay you some lakhs of rupees? So how many of you want 1 lakh rupees job, 50,000 rupees job, 60,000, 70,000, something like that? You have a dream, right? Yeah. May I know your name, please? Sonam. Sonu. Oh, name itself you have gold. Okay. Can you please stand up? So what do you want to do after MBA? You want to get into a job? Yes. What kind of job? Sorry? I didn't get. Okay, what's your salary expectation? 35 to 40. Very good. She's so generous. Yeah, please. Anybody with, please be seated. Anybody with expectation of 50,000 and above? Please raise your hand. Okay. Okay, let us take it. Somebody said 1 lakh. Yeah, exactly. I wanted that answer. Okay. Subhash, is it? Yogesh. Praveen. Okay, all names are very nice. You know what is the meaning of Praveen? What is the meaning of Praveen? Praveen means skilled person. Correct? So, you have a job, you have a dream job or dream, you want to join some Google, Microsoft, whatnot, Deloitte, KPMG, whatever. So they have to pay you some 1 lakh, 35,000, 40,000, 50,000. For what they need to pay you? What do you go and do there something magic so that they will pay you some amount of rupees? What is that you have inside you so that they recognize and give you some money? Exactly. That is what I meant by Praveen. Okay? Skilled. Okay? So now you understood my point? You should have something inside you. That is why they are going to pay you something. Correct? So it's always lena dena. एक हाथ से लेना, एक हाथ से देना. You have to give something first. Then you will receive. Are you understanding? So in English they say give and take. It's not ulta. Take and give. So always you should have something inside you to give others. That is why you are valued. And that value is converted into rupees. Am I making sense? So what is that something inside you? Is your skills, knowledge, expertise, competency, you call it by any name. Am I making sense? Are you with me? That is what is your core. What is your core? That movie belongs to Akshay Kumar. Okay, Akshay Kumar is having that core of, grabbing a story, making it to a movie, earning crores of money. Am I right? Every story will be looking, okay, whatever happens in the country, problem. Actually, every problem is an opportunity. That movie, I think it's called Padman. Okay, it's a taboo subject. That's why I cut the video. Because people are sensitive. Okay, what I look at is, as an entrepreneur, as a consultant, I look at every problem as an opportunity. Same thing is told by Mr. Kumar. Okay, so we should not get worried by any problem. That is the first lesson you should learn. Whatever the problem. It could be financial, it could be health, it could be technical, it could be something else, relationship, whatever. It is always an opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Please make a note. Okay, so I'm coming directly to that. Now, what is consulting? What is student and faculty both are here are supposed to do? That is the question for today's session. So you heard about this word consulting? All the students, faculty are knowing, I know. Heard about this word consulting? Yes or no? Okay. Since me cannot do, Lakshmi can, then? Okay. So these are the few things which please keep in your mind, because that is part of your career. Never ever get distracted or disappointed by any kind of failure. Okay, I'll tell you why. Now, let me go to that slide. What is consulting? Can you please play that? It's done. Okay. Now I've written big, some sentences, because usually I make presentations with bullet points. Now students are also there. So I have some sentences, some kind of definitions. What is consulting? I'll not go deeper into that. So consulting or research, I think you have in final year, third semester and fourth semester, some projects. It's called research projects. And university recommends 1 or 2 projects. Okay, you may be enjoying in first year, but second year you'll have to run. Okay, so first year is okay. Now coming to second year, after your second semester, you have to do some research projects. It's mandatory from any university for MBA aspirants. Now doing research means the first part is identifying problem. That is why I played that video, problem. Everywhere you have problem in our country, that's what he was trying to mention. So as many number of problems you have, as many research problems, those many opportunities, those many companies, those many entrepreneurship culture, those many solutions you can arrive at. Please mark this. Don't run away from problems. Problems or opportunities in disguise. That is what I told you in the beginning. This is the first lesson you should learn. Try and fail, all those things. Whatever he said, maybe in that movie the English was not so good, but the meaning of it is really, great. And now I have given some definitions and all. Don't worry about it. So basic meaning of consulting or research is giving advice or giving some value. I told you why you had to join some ABC company, some Deloitte or whatever you mention, they are expecting something from you, and you're going to value add. You're going to give something. That's why I told you give and take. Give your skills, give your praveen, give your talent, give your skills, then expect the money. That is what is consulting. And I'll tell you more about it. Now, this consulting or research is not that easy. Why? Because I do understand students' life. You have so many assignments, some internal exam, some external exam. In between, you have to celebrate your birthday, your friend's birthday, friend's birthday, and then parents' wedding anniversary, that, this, and so many people will die in any family, whether really or not. I know I am an academician, okay? So many things will be there. You will say, I don't have time. But you have time for reels, right? So, research, consulting, or your career, all these three things are interlinked. Don't look at it as a separate part, okay? All these things require lot of patience, and I've written that long hours, frequent travel. I know students, you all speak Kannada? Nammane Vijaynagar. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸಿಟಿಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮನೆ ಕತ್ರಗುಪ್ಪೆ, ನೆಲಮಂಗ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಯು ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಂಟನ್, ಸ್ಟೀವ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್, ವಿತೌಟ್ ಪ್ರೂವಿಂಗ್ ಯರ್ ವರ್ತ್. I know all these things, okay? Please do not do it. You have to travel to learn. Yes, how far it is or whatever it is. Do you think Bill Clinton, Steve Jobs have become just like that? They also have traveled. I don't want to open up their stories. It is Pandora's box. Now, high pressure. Pressure, madam. Pressure. ತಿಂಡಿನೇ ತಿಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಊಟನೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಸ್ಸು 2 ಬಸ್ ಹತ್ತಬೇಕು, ಇಳಿಬೇಕು, ಮೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಆಟೋಗೆ 40 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. Part of students' life, I agree, but you have to come out of it. Since you are MBA, your degree is done, now you have to mature. So these things are the basic steps for your research, consulting, project, whatever it is, career, entire career. You please write it in bond paper. You will never have a comfortable life. Comfort makes you redundant. Correct? Old agbartive. Nobody will come to us if you are comfortable. You should not be in a comfort zone if you want to grow in your life. Okay? So, ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, because I am telling you from the experience. Please mark this. Okay? And pressure ಆಗುತ್ತೆ because I do consulting. Correct? I travel across the country. At this age, I have knee pain, arthritis. But it doesn't bother me. I'll forget that I have arthritis. Nothing stops me. Because ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾವ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್, ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್, central government, wherever it is, I am ready. My suitcase will be always ready. Cleanly packed. Okay? So, you have to run. Because this is life. If you sit comfortably, I will not be here on this stage, right? If you want to come to the stage, you have to do something in life. Because ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಬದುಕತ್ವೆ, ಹೋಗತ್ವೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್? You have to create a name, okay? Now, coming to this, I have written the last line. Please make a note. Problem solving. Others' problem is your problem. If you think others' problem is your problem, then only your career exists. ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಅವನೇನೋ, ಅವನು ಹಂಗೆ, ಇವಳು ಹಿಂಗೆ, gossip. No. If you think their problem is yours only, you are meant for research. ನಮ್ಗೇನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರ ಮನೇದು ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೇನೋ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಮಣಿಪುರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಪಂಜಾಬಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ನೀರು ಬಂತು, ಮಳೆ ಬಂತು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ? ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಕೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಮನಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಾರಿ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯರ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. You have to run around for data collection. Maybe you have Google Forms. In my times, I never had Google Forms. We have run around. I know the difficulty of people of my age. No Google, nothing. Right? Literally, we have run. So please develop those habits. Otherwise, we are not in the framework at all. Okay, now, what is consultancy? Oh, next slide, please. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ? ನಮಗೇನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಪ, ನಾವು ಏನೋ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಜಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಜಿ ಪೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ SMS. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು. ಐ ಟೋಲ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್. ನಾವೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ? ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ assess existing opportunities. Just like Akshay Kumar said, everywhere problem, right problem, left problem, up problem, down problem. Get acquainted with the problem. Then you will see the opportunity. All entrepreneurs think problem is equal to directly, proportionately opportunity. So are not written explicitly their problem, it means opportunity. That's the first step. Second one is assumptions. Assume what you can do, have some strategies, okay, and then share some potential solutions. All these things are part of consultancy. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಐಡಿಯಾ, ಆಲ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಐನೋ, ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಜಿ ಪೇ ಬಂತು, ಫೋನ್ಪೇ ಬಂತು, ಅದು ಬಂತು. ಹಂಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. Next, you have to learn delegating task. That is why you have to do events in the college. When you do events in the college, take ownership. Some events, become volunteer. Why do every teacher says become volunteer? For small event, Teachers' Day, that day, this day, whatever it is. Delegation, teamwork you learn. Next is help. Helping nature if you have, you are successful. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸಿಟಿಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಒದ್ದಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟಾಗಿ, ಬಿಡು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. When you don't have helping nature, you will not understand others' problem. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? This attitude will not work. The first thing, when you enter any corporate, the front office, here it is clearly written, may I help you? Any service desk you go, train, railway station, airport station, or wherever you go, whatever the means of service we get, first thing, may I help you? If you do not have helping attitude, you are not called for any consultation. If you think you alone want to survive, don't be selfish. That will not fetch you a career. Okay? Next is implementation. Oh, I have given beautiful advice. They will do it. No. You have to help with the implementation. You do research project. I know at the last column there will be something called suggestions and recommendations. ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಟೀಚರು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಡೋದು. How many of your recommendations are implemented in that company? That matters a lot. That is where you win. Okay? That is going to be the first Viva question. Next is monitor progress. Something like in service, after sales service. Selling is one part. Maintaining contact is another part. Monitor the progress. These are the few things very important for a consulting, research, entrepreneurship. I'm just combining because all the kinds, faculty and students are there. That's the thing. Now, how do we write the proposal? Next slide, please. I think Sir has elaboratively spoken about it, how to write a proposal. Or I'm just checking, am I repeating it? No. Simple. What is a consulting proposal? It's a document having understood the client's requirement, who is my customer, what are the problems they are facing, and then writing my solutions, my suggestions based on my expertise, and having a dialogue and document about the fees, whatever you call remuneration, and closing it. with particular objective and outcomes. That is what is a consulting proposal. Now, I'll tell you why do we require this consulting proposal. Because if we don't document it, we will not implement it and will not be having any direction. Without any direction, if you are moving, then there is no meaning in that. So this consulting proposal will give us a clear path. Where do we have to go? When we have to do this project? How many months project? Is it 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? Or who are the key persons involved in this? And what is the cost of this? How many meetings do we need to conduct? Whether offline, online, whatever. So all these ideas, it's a blueprint and we have to do this proposal. And now, this is my company. Next slide, please. Something like letterhead I have prepared. Next slide, please. Yeah. It's not a great thing. I'm just, telling you. First thing, let me share my journey with you. You will understand or correlate with me. Basically, I'm an engineer, electronics and communication. Some 35 years back, I completed my engineering. I started my career in defense, that is Bharat Electronics Limited, in the radar division, which goes directly into the war. And then, I wanted to have the taste of both government and corporate. Moved into Hitachi, a semiconductor Japanese company. I was doing, at those times, I was into marketing, not door to door, it's industrial marketing, business marketing. So those times, I just wanted to venture because ladies were restricted to do marketing some 35 years back. I took it as a challenge. Without Google, GPS, Ola, Uber, I used to travel, meet the corporate heads, and understood I was doing shipping from Singapore to Bangalore, distributing the products, conducting conferences, organizing so many meetings. It's not direct sales. It's something like we had computers, so many other kind of things. So it was challenging, I took it. After that, I got married and moved into academics, teaching engineering subjects, later into MBA, then completely management administration. And then since 15 years back or so, people started inviting me for some guest lectures or something. Different companies, different schools, colleges, different institutions, Rotary and so many other things. That's how I understood why do people call me. I have something inside me. Otherwise, they would not have called me, right? I realized my potential. I was doing consultant job since 15 years, but I have not yet registered officially in the government. Since Corona, I was sitting, everybody lockdown, sitting at home. What to do next? This what next is the question which always triggers me to do something. Because as a person, I am content now. I am happy. What about tomorrow? We have to think continuously. Okay, then I registered. Okay, let me make it official. I registered myself into government, and under MSME, I'm running my consultancy. We do corporate projects, central government projects, MSME projects, whatever comes in our way. But I'm not very aggressive because also I'm heading institutions. I don't get so much of time. I travel across the country and abroad, do online sessions, international sessions also. Not only training, implementation as well, into manufacturing. Okay, manufacturing industries. This PIN also I come. Different industrial parks. That is my brief consulting thing. Why I don't do aggressively is because I'm an academician. I don't get so much of time. So time is very resource. It's a big resource. Okay. If I would have utilized all the time, I would not be in academics. So I'm managing both the things. That's my brief introduction. Why I'm sharing you this is. Then I made all this office stationery. How to write a proposal. You should have a letterhead. Your company name should be registered. You should have some address, communication. All these things matters. Simply a student writes a leave letter. I am not feeling well. Dear ma'am, I am not feeling well. I'll go home. It's not like that. Writing a letter. Don't use ChatGPT. Use your. Okay. So some letterhead you should have, because in that you should have some communication, address, phone number, mail. All these things are very important. So now, what do we have to have? Next slide, please. Yeah, contact information and date. See, it is not letter writing. Please don't mistake. It's much more beyond that. And then greeting. How do you greet your seniors? Hi, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Keluru adu bariyalla, ma'am. There's a particular way of addressing your seniors or whatever. So the greetings is very, very important. How do you address the concerned authority, right? That is what is the content of the proposal. Then you will go to next slide, please. Summary of the project. What do you want to do in that project? A brief 1 or 2 paragraphs you should mention. You have identified certain problem in that company. You have already had a very lengthy discussion with that company, and then you will write some solution and project objective. This is very important for students, right? Objective. Without objective, your proposal is rejected. So you should know what you have to write in the objective. I'll give you some sample also to work with. And very importantly, deliverables. Deliverables means what? Outcome. What is that you are going to give to the company? Very precise, very short, very crisp, and very objective oriented. And then maybe you want to have, I have given some example. Next slide, please. You are going to give a training on so and so topic, something like that. And terms and conditions. How many months you want to associate with that company, or years, or days, fortnights, 15 days, 1 month. You have to write that, because it is your time. You need to know how you are planning, right? So I've seen many of my faculty members, they think when I'm doing consultancy, madam, nango ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ CV ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಬೇಕು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂದರೆ ಅದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಕೇಳಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಾರಿ, ಕೇಳಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ಸಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. It's not like that. You're not doing some, Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever, Blinkit, some shopping. You will not get that project at an instant. You will not get that, at one particular point of time. I told you 15 years I worked, apart from teaching, industry, whatever you call. 15 years, how many contacts you need to maintain? Daily or regularly you have to be in touch with them. So many years of efforts. Madam, ಅದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಂಪನಿ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ? For them it is 10-digit number. For me it is 15 years of effort. That is what is the mistake many people will do. And when I ask my faculty, Madam, ನಾಳೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗು ಬರ್ಡೇ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then I will cut them off. They are not putting hard work. They are not able to do consultancy. It's not easy job. I told you have to travel. You have to meet people. You have to put in hard work. ऐसे ही स्टीव जॉब्स नहीं बनता, ऐसे ही सुंदरम पिक्चर नहीं बनता. You have to put in your heart, soul and mind, your perspiration, everything. So it is not easy to do research project or consultancy just like that. You need to get committed. Okay, ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನಾಗಲಿ, ಮನೇಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ರು, ರಜಾ ಕೊಡಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಇಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಟಾನಮಸ್, ನೀವು ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನನೂ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು. These kind of things will not work in consultancy, research or project. So I will cut them off. One instance, one conversation, they're not cut out for that. Okay. So these things, please watch your words, what you speak with your seniors. It is very, very, very important. Okay. So your project terms and conditions, all these things will come into picture. Next slide, please. And conclusion. Conclusion means at the end, you have to give a brief picture what you are going to do in your project, and finally your signature. Signature yardo haksbidodu. I've seen students doing somebody else signature. A friend tane far hakbit madodu yeneno ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Please do not do all these things. Signature means it is not just signature or some letters. You are authorizing that you are committed to this project. You are the owner of this project. Till you get the ownership, you are not able to do that research, project, consultancy, whatever it is. See, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, 2 months ಇರಲ್ಲ. I've seen many of my students, they'll come back. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇನ್ನು ಕಾಲೇಜು 9ರಿಂದ 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಲ್ಲಿ 8 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಲೇಟರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಕಟ್. ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಲೇಟು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸು, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಫ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. Previous slide. Okay, yeah, after this, next slide please. Now a sample template I have given consulting, after I write my proposal to Government of India. This was in during lockdown. They used to have a lot of my online sessions in Government of India, websites or Zoom, whatever you call, different digital channels. So I used to write the proposal. They used to take the summary of it, put my photo and some contact details of that government project. It was aired in the website. And this was going international. I had so many international students or whatever you call. So this sample thing, if you want, I can share. So how to write a proposal and how it is converted into a marketing material. So the government themselves are going to market. I am not going to market my consultancy. If they really want me, they have to approach me. ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದು, ಸರ್ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಕೊಡಿ, ನಂಗೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ. Then you are lowering yourself. You are not confident of yourself. Please don't do that. First you prove yourself. They will come to you. Who you are. What are your skills? What is that core inside you? That is what is very, very important. Right? So that is why they will only market. I don't market. And the next. Yeah. How to write a proposal. I'm coming to the very crux of it. There are simple 4 steps. First one is you need to talk to your client, company, whatever. For students, it is research project or consultancy also they can take up. And for faculty, first thing you need to have industry contacts. This is where I wanted to address the faculty. In front of students, I can't do so many things, but very, subtly I'll tell. Faculty, what we think is when we join a college, ಆಯಿತು ಮುಗೀತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. Even now, at the verge of retirement, I can say that I am not settled. This settling word, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡು ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. It will never happen in the life. We are always moving. ಒಂದು ಕೆರಿಯರು, ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಆಯಿತು, ನಾವು ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆದ್ವಿ, ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ್ವಿ, ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್, ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆದ್ವಿ. No. We are always running. We are always dynamic. We have to be. Right? Otherwise, we'll become obsolete. So, ನಾವು ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮೂರು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We'll correct the papers. That is not the end of faculty job. We have to do a lot of industry connections. We have to do a lot of research papers, projects, consulting. Otherwise, we will become like Nokia phone. I think everybody knows what is Nokia phone. Or we also call in management language dinosaur. What is dinosaur? I think what is dinosaur? extinct animal. It could not adapt to the changes in the market or whatever, the earth. So we should, as a faculty and student, we should not become dinosaur. Okay, we should be always moving, do something. That is why we have to be in touch with the industry always. So teaching load is different. For students, attending classes itself is a big thing. I'm sorry to say this, dear students, please don't take me wrong. We have to do much more than attending the classes. Okay, it is not just attending the classes, writing the exams, clearing it, do some project and get the approval. It is much more than that. So if I want to hire students in my company, I'm very, very selective because I know the students. ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸಸ್, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್, ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಚೂಸಿ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪಾಯ್ಲ್ ಮೈ ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್. 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, 5 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಬಸ್ ಹೊರಟ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಈ ಥರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಖಂಡಿತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್. Gone are those days. Let me tell you very honestly, after now it is 2026, after 2030 we no longer will have 9 to 5 jobs. That is already crept in, stepped in into the job market. So I'll show you in the next slide or some other slide. Everything is going to be consulting and project based employment. So this 9 to 5 mindset, please take it off. I'm telling you now itself, it is not going to fetch us far. Why? Because you have heard what is Accenture? Accenture Consulting. Infosys, they do consulting. Microsoft Consulting. EY Consulting. What do you mean by that consulting? It is not meant for only students or faculty. It is meant for all. We need to transform ourselves to the upcoming market. Why? Because consulting means they'll give us something like project based employment. After project is over, they may retain us or not, we don't know. So that is going to be the future. Students, you never have this kind of mindset. ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು 9 to 5 job. That is going to be rare after 4 years or something like that. That is why first you need to develop your industrial contacts. And very importantly, I would like to talk more on this slide. Industry ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೂಗಲ್ಲು, ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಇಂಥದ್ದೇ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮ್ ಐ ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? There are startup companies. They'll pay you very well. I know some student working in Infosys for 30,000. I have a student working for a startup company for 2 lakhs. Which one do you prefer? Infosys, the brand name, or a startup which is giving you 2 lakhs? What is the difference? 30,000, 2 lakhs. ಇವನು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅವ್ನು 2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Right? So don't go just for the brand names, company names and all. You can go to, any startup, any MSME, small scale, mid scale industry, try and see what you can do, what you can offer. First thing, ನನಗೆ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. I told you it's not Blinkit order. You have to showcase what you have inside. They have to trust you that this person is very genuine, he is Praveen, he is skilled. Then only they will come to you. So please understand that. That is why this slide, talking to your client, matters a lot. So it's not just 10-digit number. It is not just instant order. Lot of sweat. You have to sweat, really sweat, goes behind into this slide. So next slide, please. Yeah, how to write? What should be there in the proposal? There are 9 to 10 items you have to write. First thing is your letterhead, contact information and date. Sorry. Yes, sir. Thank you. So next is your greeting. Don't use slang language and Gen Z language. So very, no, the traditional English you have to use. And project summary, what you are going to do, objective, deliverables. This is very important. What is the outcome of this project? What is that you are going to achieve? Don't just say some vague thing. I am going to increase your productivity. Nobody will believe. Everything you should speak in numbers. To write that number, you should know what is the history and background of that company. Study the company first in Google or whatever. What is the problem in that company? Okay. Next is your credentials. What is your credential? Credential andre ಏನು? What do you mean by credential? Your profile. Okay. ನಿಮ್ಮ profile ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? Simple. What will be a student profile? Name, address, vagaira, all the contact information. Then 10 standard, PUC, degree, MBA, some 60, 70%, 80%. Is that your profile? Yes or no? Sorry, you should add some volunteering. Team management skills, event management skills, certifications, and project description, achievements, awards, contacts, references, and your languages. What do you mean by language? How many of us know any foreign language? Any other language other than our mother tongue? Are you all from Karnataka? Okay, even all, myself from Karnataka. Okay, proud Kannadiga. But you have to increase your potential. How many of you know Hindi? Please raise your hands. Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. Okay. Reading, writing, whatever skills. Okay. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿದೆ ನಾವು ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸು ಹಿಂದಿ ಕಲಿಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾರೋ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸಾರಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್. I get my consultancy because I speak very well Hindi, very well. I know different dialects of Hindi. Awadhi, something like that. Different dialects are there. UP Hindi, that Hindi, this Hindi. I'm very proud to say. What is stopping me from learning other languages? I need to increase my business. I need to learn different languages because I'm handling different customers. I can understand Punjabi, Marathi, Bengali. I can speak few words. Okay? You need to learn languages because you need to upgrade yourself. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಬೇಡ, ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಕು, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದೇ ಏರಿಯಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. No. Please, for your sake, for your teacher's sake, for your parents' sake, please write how many languages do you know. And one foreign language is must. Okay? It is going to change your career for entire life. Because, why? Because I am associated with Japanese companies. Okay? If you want to come to me, you should know all this. Okay? At the end, I will offer you something. Okay, next is, these 9 to 10 things you have to write in the proposal. And the third important point is, be very clear what you are delivering. ನೀವು ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಗಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅವರು ಇಮ್ಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಅಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್. That should be the call you should be expecting from particular company where you are pitched in. So, you should be very clear in whatever you are writing. That is one thing. Very important. Concise language which the other person can clearly understand. So, please don't use your Gen Z language. I know I told you, my children are older than you. I know what you speak. Okay? Next, send your proposal to client. how to send proposal to the client. Please speak to them. ಯಾವುದೋ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ 10 o'clock they will send some information. 10 o'clock, 2 minutes they will call. Madam, I sent you a mail. Did you see? Nobody will see. Because we have our own priorities. After sending a mail, please leave a WhatsApp message or SMS and request them to look into your proposal whenever they are free. Okay? That completes the information. There are so many nuances, so many nitty-gritties which we need to understand. Communication just not happen. It will not happen just like that. Okay? Lot of things to be learned. Next. Now I'll come to very interesting part. These are the few basic things I just wanted to share with you. Now, how to do consulting? Yaar kodtare, el kodtare? That is a basic question everybody will have. Now, just sorry, look at the map of our country. POK is taken off. Okay, we don't have any consulting there. Okay. Now, coming to 4 major metros: Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Bangalore, Chennai hub, that is southern hub. Of course, I have not included Hyderabad, Secunderabad. A lot of IT is there. These are the 4 major hubs where we do get consulting. This is the latest data I've taken from Consulting Quest, a website. Sorry. And how they are divided. What are the consulting firms, companies, your research projects, how it is divided? Delhi is always known as policy and governance because a lot of public administration and policies are going on there. Mumbai, it's always a commercial capital. Mumbai means it's not only Mumbai. Pune is also there. A lot of other nearby cities are also there. So please understand the geography first of our country. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. How many districts do we have in Karnataka? 30. Are you sure? How many states do we have in our country? 29. UTs. 7 or 8. Okay. You need to keep up yourself with the latest geopolitical things. Otherwise, we are out. And don't ever speak about politics. Don't ever support any politician. Okay? So these are the few success secrets that you need to maintain. Nammooraur MLA ನಾವು ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ. It will not work out. I will not share some of the things which I have learnt. Okay. After record I can share. Okay, next. Now what are the opportunities do we get in these cities? Delhi, as I told you, public policy, advisory, infrastructure and DSG. Mumbai, financial services. Chennai and Bangalore, IT, engineering, automotive. Kolkata, infrastructure. Now coming to our city, Bangalore. Bangalore is known as Silicon City. Obviously, a lot of IT things are going on. Okay. Now everybody rushes into IT. Don't do that. I don't do it. Though I am an electronics engineer, I never rushed into IT. That is a secret. Okay, don't do that. Next. So I have mentioned the website name also. Now you can see what are the areas where we can pitch in. Digital transformation, that is pure IT. Public sector modernization. GCCs, ESG and private sector transformation. So all the consulting things, we always look into IT, AI ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಕುರಿ ಹಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಬಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. So that's what we call it as red ocean. I think in marketing you would have studied MBA. What is red ocean? What is red ocean and blue ocean? Can you differentiate between red ocean and blue ocean? Heard about it? You say yes or no? Yes. So what is red ocean? Red ocean. Blue ocean is no competition. Simple. Okay. So digital transformation, as we are in IT city, everybody will rush into that. ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್, ರೈಟ್? ನನ್ನ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವನು ಯಾರೋ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ರು, ಅವ್ನು ಯಾರೋ MLA ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, IIM Bangalore is doing lot of public policies. Okay, so you should have some connect in IIM Bangalore. Think differently. Okay, GCCs again, big conglomerates. ESG, that's the area where you have to pitch in. Please make a note. ESG and sustainability. I'll tell you more about it later. Then private sector transformation, MSME. Nobody dares to touch these two because it involves sweat. ಕಷ್ಟಪಡಬೇಕು, ಬೆವರು ಸುರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕಡೆ ಜೀಪೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. If you take out that mindset only, you are able to do research, project, consultancy, whatever. Okay? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೀವ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್, ಹೂವರ್, ಸುಂದರಂ ಪಿಚ್ಚೈ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಸ್ಪೂನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, 7 consultancies are there in India. They are running the economic plans of our country. We people are sitting and watching. ಈ ಸಲ ಕಪ್ ನಮ್ಮದೇ. ವಿರಾಟ್ ಕೊಹ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಲಂಡನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? 11 ಜನ ಹೋಗಿ ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದ ಹತ್ರ ರಜಾ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆ? RCB match. Okay, that's your personal thing, but you should know how to balance. Next, these companies ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಜಾಬ್ ಬೇಕು. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಆ ಮೋದಿ ಬಂದರು, ಏನೋ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಭಾರತ್ ಅಭಿಯಾನ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಸ ಗುಡಿಸು ಅಂದರು. ಆ ಕಸ ಗುಡಿಸೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? American companies, they hire Indians, they make money. Look at that. All these companies, they are doing, they are minting money. These are the consultancies. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Consultancy. What is consultancy? You have to give your expert advice on accounts, taxation, whatever you do, HR, strategic management, marketing, wagara wagara. Are you getting ready for that? Say yes or no. I'm not getting that yes. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. You have to get ready what they're doing. They are coming to our country looting money. What are you doing? RCB. Next slide, please. Yeah, I've given you some of the projects what these consulting companies are doing. Grant Thornton. ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟೋಗಲ್ಲ. UK, British. They are doing what? What projects? Clean Ganga mission. ಕಾಶಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ. How many of you went to Varanasi? ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಗಂಗಾ ನದಿನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕದವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡೋದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಗಂಗಾ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟು. ನಾನು MBA ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಗಂಗಾ ನದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? You want money, right? You want job. Are you ready to clean a river? No. First, we should ask ourselves, are you ready to do this job? That is what is consulting. These are the projects. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೋ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನದಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ನದಿ ಕ್ಲೀನು ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಯೂಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಯಾವ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ IT ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್. How to do it within certain months, that is strategic management. Maybe you have some business analytics, whatever. How to use people, that is HR. How to calculate the cost and expenditure, that is your finance and accounting. Okay, madam bartare bega mugsi antare.
Take your own time. Ma'am, refreshments has been arranged.
Okay.
So 10 minutes break will take.
I'll complete this, madam. Then sports sector, I need not mention decathlon, whatever. Selfie decathlon ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Yesterday our family went to some ಪಯಣ ಮೈಸೂರು ರೋಡ್. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಫೋಟೋ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಎವರ್ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ರೂರಲ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್? ನೋ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ, ಏನಿದೆ, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಆರ್ ಯು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್? There's so many things to be done as consulting. We don't focus. Our entire world is Instagram. Whatever we see in Instagram, we'll believe. Sorry, dear students, please move beyond Instagram and think about these projects. ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಪೊರ್ಕೆ ಹಿಡಿದು ಕಸ ಗುಡ್ಸೋಕ್ಕೂ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗೋದು. I am ready to do that. Are you ready? ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಾಫಿ ಕಪ್ಪು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಡಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಮೇಡಮ್ಮು ಪೊರ್ಕೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಸ ಗುಡಿಸು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಆಮ್ ಐ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್? ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಐ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. ಓಕೆ. ತುಮಕೂರು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ತುಮಕೂರಲ್ಲಿ? ಸಾವಂದುರ್ಗ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಚೈನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ನಾನು ಕೇಳೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸು, ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಯಾವ ಫ್ರೂಟಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ವಿಟಮಿನ್ನು, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನು, ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. I'll connect you with the VCs. Whatever you want. Bring me the proposal. Real proposal, no ChatGPT proposal. I can find out at an instant what is your proposal and ChatGPT. Are you ready to do it? ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಶೇಕ್ ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ನಮಗದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇಳೆಕಾಳು ತಿಂತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಮು ಅಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಮು, ಏನೋ ಮೆಷರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರು ಬೇಡ ಅಂದರು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ sufficient. Lot of business opportunities, your consulting, research things are there. I'll tell you some other time. Farmers, American, UK company, they are doing business research consulting with farmers. What are we doing? Question ourselves. Next slide, please. Huh? Okay. I know. I've given you a lot of things. I told you after lunch it is challenging. Okay. So we'll break, then we'll come back.
Students, 10 minutes break. Refreshments have been arranged in the canteen. So all of you can go, refresh yourself and come back in 10 minutes.
Now I'll not go, this was a consulting thing, but still it is more relevant. First of all, planning to start any kind of businesses, first do research. I had a student long back, I don't want to take his name, okay. He started some waste management company. I was asking you, what is waste management? Let me tell you, I have done projects on biofuel and waste management. I told you Bangalore is a city for IT, okay. So many students, many people will focus morely on IT, but it's very competitive, red ocean, I told you, okay. Some of the untouched sectors is waste management. Crores and crores of waste, regularly in Bangalore city we generate, whether it is electric waste, electronic waste or bio waste, whatever it is. Okay. So many people are not even government, BPMP is not able to manage such huge waste you would have seen on the roads, right? So now why I am taking this example is one student wanted to do this business. I asked you so many questions you're not able to answer, right? I asked you what is your stage of business, idea of business. So I assume that you're still planning. I'm just giving you some ideas. Waste management is going to be a very big thing in business. You may like it or not. ಓಕೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಮೇಡಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ವೇಸ್ಟು, ಯಾರು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ನೋ, ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, he is having a company called Waste is Gold. Waste is Gold. I asked him, are you minting gold? He said yes. Right? So a lot of apartments, lot of things are there in Bangalore. You can take, whatever, you segregate different waste, right? Green and all those things. He is minting money. So why I am taking that example is, first of all, for doing any kind of business, there are many students, I have mentored many entrepreneurs. So what they do is, first thing is, they do the research, which area we want to do the business. So my suggestion is, please do the research. Don't go for the competitive areas. Go for the untouched areas. That is your basic research. Means, what is this research you are going to do? If I want to start any company, who is there already in the market and what they are offering to the society or customers, and what I want to offer. Is there any difference? What is the value add? That is what you need to do in the first research. And then your customer needs, you have to check it out. And what is your clear goals? I think you know the difference between goal and objective. You know the difference between goal and objective? What is goal and what is objective? Come on guys, you're all MBA students. What is a goal and what is an objective? Don't read that. Suppose if I say, I want to become rich. Do you agree? You want to become rich? I got the clue. I have to end my presentation. What is the time now? 4:22. I think I have crossed the time. Okay. Now, I don't know whether you are aware of it or not. Any science related or management related, we have one website called KSCST. Have you heard of it? This KSCST? Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology. So you can apply directly to that. Okay. In MSME, we have one scheme called RAM scheme. Under that, students' projects, any ideas you can pitch in. I can call those people here or to our Kengeri campus, whatever it is. First, we should get the proposal. Okay. And private sector, as I told you, have you taken any membership in any of the professional bodies? Student membership. NIPM, NHRD, ISTD, any of the membership if you take, right? There you create lot of network. Okay. All these things are long stabilizing, professional things which you need to do. Okay. Now, okay, I'll not take much of your time. They are ready for vote of thanks. Okay. Please write a proposal first. First pitch in your idea, write down, document it, and then come to us. Definitely we'll see how best we can help you, either from government or private sector. Okay. Are you with me? So I've shown you few examples. Lot of other examples are there. I told you I've not got my personal laptop. Lot of student projects, business ideas I have supported. Okay. Lot of students are entrepreneurs now. They are CEOs. We can also do wonderful things. Only thing, it will not come to you just like that. You have to sweat it out. Without hard work, these things will not happen. Okay. So please do write and approach us. Thank you. And I thank Vani ma'am and Surana, Kengeri Campus, Anita and Hema Prabha and all the staff and faculty members for this opportunity. I don't know how far I have touched your expectations because it was little different. I prepared for faculty and I had to deliver for students. So I hope you understood my concerns. Yes or no? So first identify problem, write down, document it. That's how it is, and then come to us. Thank you, one and all.
Hope you had an informative session both in the morning and in the afternoon. 2 Japanese keywords we have learnt, or rather I have learnt. Anybody remembers which keyword you learnt? One word Dr. Abdul Manaf had told. I had made a note actually. Ubuntu theory. Okay, so what was that? Yeah, the water treatment or water manifestation. Actually, we had lot of takeaways today. So thanks to Dr. Abdul Manaf and Dr. Meera Uday on behalf of Surana institutions. I would like to thank Dr. Meera Uday here. Ma'am, could you please come on stage? We just want to have a small felicitation for you. I request Dr. Anita, Dr. Balaji and Dr. Vanishri ma'am to felicitate Dr. Meera Uday. Thank you for your time and knowledge sharing, ma'am. It was very good. The speakers, the management, faculty members, and the participants, please give a big round of applause. I hope each one of you leave with new ideas, valuable connections, and a clear roadmap for creating impact through consultancy and innovation.
I would like to thank all these students. I'm sure from morning, I'll take only 1 minute of your time if you don't mind it. Yeah. The question always comes, okay, why the first year students have to sit for this? Okay, and why a student of an MBA only? Take it from me, guys, okay? When we sit across on different forums, okay, you learn a lot. Second is that open your mind. World has changed. You need to gear up. You need to gear up. There is no space for any one of us to lay back and say, okay, theek hai, mujhe kaam mil jayega. I'll take an MBA degree and finish it up, I'll get a job. No way. You can check the statistics. Hardly 15 to 18% of the jobs are only there. And it's all that if I don't have a skill, I don't stand anywhere. Either in your communication, either in your technical or in the industry connect what you have it up. So thanks to the entire team of MBA, MCA and the MSc Psychology and Hema Prabha ma'am especially, because the event like this, okay, had certain purpose. Like we want to do it for faculties, for consulting, training, the value creation, how do we take our ideas, but also we wanted to involve students because you should know what is happening in the industry level. and also understand what are the emerging areas and how do we have to upskill. It's all about the skill rather than a degree at the end of the day. I would request all of you, because you're a first year students, we have a potential faculty people over here. Please interact with us. Please interact with each faculty member here. Understand their domain. I'm sure in the morning it was insisted very clearly, co-work spaces. Please become a partners with us. We require your ideas. We require your energy. Because as a faculty members, we have our own set of things. But if you partner with us, we have an equity with you. So with this note, okay, I welcome you to the R&D cell, the consulting, and a bigger forum of work which is going to happen up, because we want to align a lot of things with the industry. So if you have an idea, please do come forward. We are there to support you, either with the seed grant or the fellowship or whatever the financial things which you wanted up. But also we will help you out, because we have legendary people over here who will correct you on the technicalities, because proposal writing, Meera ma'am was giving you the steps. I don't know how many of you could get it, that proposal writing, pitching your idea to the industry with the clarity is very important. So we have amidst, okay, a good people around who can help you out. So whether it is a funding opportunities, whether your technicalities, we are there to help you out. So have a great day ahead. Thank you so much. Yeah.